Now, for more on the movie's release in China, I'm joined by Max Alvarez in New York. He's a film historian and author. So, Max, the movie's doing pretty well in China so far. What do you make of the massive social media reaction there? Because, on one hand, some are outraged his love scenes were cut, but others were surprised and just glad that Bohemian Rhapsody was released in China. So what is your take on that?
Well, that does absolutely seem consistent with what I've read. There was this sense of loss about material being cut from the Chinese version, but also a sense of release and relief that the story was being told, even if in a fractured form. And the success in China is certainly consistent with the great success the film has had in other Asian countries, a huge hit in Japan, a huge hit in South Korea as well.
Now, there have also been complaints in the West that this movie didn't even have enough scenes to accurately portray Freddie Mercury's life. Do you think that biographical films in general, they're hard to please, buddy?
They are, and it also is a challenge when several of the producers are also the musicians who were part of Queen, because clearly they're going to want a certain image portrayed. And when you are doing a biographical story where family members are still alive and there are lawyers, and you can't please everybody, but you have to try to, and that does result in some compromises being made.
How would you say LGBTQ issues in movies around the world have evolved over the years? We know it's still sort of a sensitive issue for big screens in China, but it's been that way in other places around the world as well.
Well, it has, and the big question is Bohemian Rhapsody, can we technically classify that as a gay film, like we can Moonlight or Call Me by Your Name? Or is it simply a rock film, a music film in which the central character is gay and dealing with serious gay issues? So that is a challenge there. I think in terms of homosexual themes in films, it took a long time in the United States for those films to be made without the prejudices we had seen in earlier generations. And a slow process, but process and progress is being seen in films and from different countries around the world.
So have you noticed the variety of Western movies and Hollywood films being released in China changing over the years, like Bohemian Rhapsody?
Well, the Western films released in China, if you look at the top 50, 15 of those at least originate from Hollywood studios, and they tend not to be of the character study musical genre of Bohemian Rhapsody. It could be a Mission Impossible film, a Transformers, part of the Transformers franchise, special effects driven, sometimes a feature cartoon like Coco. It remains to be seen if a character-driven drama from the West can break through into that top echelon of box office successes.
All right, Max Alvarez in New York, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Elaine.